this week's Dinosaur Simulator update, we have quite a few new additions. First, we have a new dinosaur, the Argentinosaurus, and 2 new limited kaiju skins. Let's check them out. Alright, so today we are back with another Dinosaur Simulator video, and this week we have another new dinosaur added to the game, and this is going to be the Argentinosaurus. And this dinosaur is now the biggest and the strongest in terms of stats dinosaur in the entire game. And this is actually the adult size, so this is about as big as it gets. It is supposed to be bigger than the Barosaurus from before. If we look at the stats right now, I'm not fully grown, but this guy's like hunger is just insane. He has over 1,200 hunger, but for some reason the thirst is 100 for all dinosaurs. Now let's check out some of its animation. So right now we are at the idle animation, so really not much going on here. And now we have the walking animation. The walking animation actually looks pretty much in sync with the speed, interestingly enough. And this is going to be the sprint animation. It still looks pretty slow, but I guess it's a little faster now. And now for the attack animation. Okay, so the attack animation is a basic neck swing, but the attack rate on this guy is extremely slow, so you're gonna have to wait a decent amount of time before you can attack again, as we can see here. Let's wait it out. Yeah, okay. And now for the AoE animation. Oh, what is that? What is this? You see that? Like little bubbles popped out of its neck when I did that. Well, let's see that again. I'm not sure what that is, but it looks pretty cool. Maybe it's like the skin flaps of its neck like puffs out when it attacks. Interesting. I did not know about this until now. But yeah, that's the AoE animation. Now let's take a look at the drink animation since the water's right here. Yep, pretty basic. And the eat animation looks almost the same, the eat and drink animations. But yeah, alright. Now let's hear some of the roars. So now we're going to have the R roar. Okay, so it looks like every time this guy roars, the bubbles pop out of its neck. And now for the call. So the bubbles didn't pop out of its neck for the call, only the roar. And now the growl. Never mind, so the roar and the growl, the bubbles pop out of its neck, but not the call for some reason. And yeah, that's about it for the Argentinosaurus. I don't know how good this guy is for PvP. I haven't even fully grown this guy, as you can see, but here are the maximum stats that you can get for this guy when it's elder. But yeah, that is our new addition, the Argentinosaurus. Now let's move on to the next model. Alright, so next up we actually have a new original skin for the Carnotaurus. It is called the Temple Warden Carnotaurus, and this is what the skin looks like. It costs about 9,600 DNA. I'm not quite sure if it is going limited, but it does look really cool. I like the blue glowing horns it has and the eyes. I think on like the inside of its mouth as well. These little flaps stand up during the idle animation. You can see the inside of the mouth is also blue. It reminds me of like the kaiju from Pacific Rim, because they would always have the blue blood and the blue like mouth and stuff like that. But yeah, let's check out some of the animations. So right now we are seeing the walk animation. It's pretty basic. I really like how the tail moves there. And now let's check out the run animation. Not bad. Alright, now for the attack animations. I wonder what this guy has for attacks. Oh, okay, so the normal attack is just a bite. I expected something cooler from a skin that looks this cool, but it seems like, yeah, the attack animation is just like a quick bite. And now for the AoE. Okay, the AoE animation is a bit cooler. It does like a little headbutt thing. And the tail moves like that. The weird thing is that the legs do not move at all for the AoE animation. It does a little bit. I guess it squats down when it does the AoE animation. Interesting. And now let's hear the roars. So right now we are on the R roar. I'm pretty sure that is a custom roar sound. Let's hear it again. Alright, now let's move on to the call. That was the call? That sounded like a growl. Let's hear it again. Alright, and now for the growl. Did they get the call and the growl confused? Because like the growl sounded like a call and the call sounded like a growl. But yeah, the sound effects are pretty cool, I guess. They are custom. The animations are decent. Let's check out the drinking animation since the water's right here. Let's see. Okay, so it has like pretty basic drinking animations, it seems like. I'm guessing the eat animation is too. There's no food nearby, so we can't really show it anyway. But yeah, that is it for us, the Temple Warden Carnotaurus. Now let's move on to the next model. Okay, so next we have a very exciting skin, and this is the Kaiju Archelon. And right off the bat, you can tell this guy is modeled after Gamera, which is a popular kaiju, I guess. Separate from the Godzilla franchise. I don't think Toho owns Gamera, so I think we should be safe. So one thing about the Kaiju Archelon is that it can actually fly, I believe. Like that. The back fins or the back flippers just turn into this. It allows it to fly around. And it does still have the moistness meter, so you can't be up here forever. But I wonder if there's a walking animation for this guy. Let's see. No. So you can only fly with this guy. You cannot really walk on land with Kaiju Archelon. But yeah, this is the flying animation, I guess. I really like what they did with the back flippers, that they turned them into like jets of energy. This is the fly up animation, fly down animation, pretty much the same. And we didn't really see the swim animation. Let's check that out. So we're in water and the fins just grow back out. This is the idle swim animation, it kind of just sits there. The swim animation, swim up and swim down, pretty much the same. And the sprint swim animation. Okay, so the sprint swim animation is a little different. The front flippers move a little faster. I wonder if there's a sprint fly animation actually. Let's see. There isn't. It's just the same thing. I guess it goes a little faster now. Now let's check out some of its attack animations. So let's go on land for this one. This is going to be the normal attack. Okay. I don't know. I expected something a little cooler than this. It seems like he's just like slapping you, or like lightly flipping you with its left flipper. Boy, if you don't get... I don't know. I expected something else, but this is kind of funny actually. All right, and now for the AOE animation. Oh, okay. AOE animation is cool. I like that. It does like the little... It does the spin, I think, which is actually a move Gamera uses in the movies. I'm pretty sure the attack animations are the same even when flying. Oh, it does. It alternates between flippers, it looks like. Sometimes it uses its left flipper, sometimes the right. The AOE animation is pretty consistent. I'm assuming it's going to be the same thing underwater. Let's see. Yep, same attack animations. Alright, now let's hear the roars. I wonder if they're going to use Gamera's actual sound effects. Okay, that was the R roar. And now for the call. And the growl. So the Kaiju Archelon costs, I think, 10,000 DNA, I'm pretty sure. And it will be going limited, I think in a couple weeks, maybe. So definitely do get this guy if you can, because it will be limited and it will be tradable. And plus, it's just really cool. I mean, this guy can fly. Alright, next up is the Kaiju Helicoprion. And this guy, I'm pretty sure, is modeled after a kaiju called Guiron or Gyron. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. If I remember correctly, this guy actually fights Gamera, I think. I don't remember. I actually never seen the movie, so. It looks like there's like some sort of particle effect on its... Oh. What is this? I guess this is part of the idle animation. And it also does that little sparkling thing on its gills, it looks like. which maybe that is part of the actual kaiju's abilities, but I don't know. This is the swim animation, pretty basic, and the sprint swim, which actually looks basically the same. I don't think it even gets faster, just like the exact same animation. So attack animations, click. Oh, okay, so the normal attack, it kind of like moves forward a little bit. Oh, whoa. Okay, so there's two attack animations, it looks like. There's that, the bite, and there's also the this. It like shoots something out of its mouth. I don't know. There's the bite again. Another. Is that two variations of the bite animation? It looks like a little different. And then there's the thing where something pops out of its mouth. I'm not sure what it is. Interesting. Okay, now let's check out the AoE. Okay, yeah, I like the AoE animation. That was pretty cool. It does like a whole backflip and then like stabs you with the knife on its head. Look at that. I like that. So this guy's animations are way cooler than Kaiju Archelon's. Look at that. Nice. And we can hear its roars, but it's gonna be muffled by the underwater thing. So I wanna like go up to the surface and hear its roars. Alright, now that we're on land, let's hear it. That was the R roar. Okay, and the call. Interesting. So this guy does this weird idle animation no matter where it is. It looks like it's like floating. Alright, and now for the growl. So this is the Kaiju Helicoprion. Costs 5,000 DNA, and just like the Kaiju Archelon, will be limited. So yeah, I recommend you buy this guy as soon as possible. So one thing I actually almost forgot to mention is the Parasaurolophus remodel. And I have to say, this guy is probably one of the better remodels on Dinosaur Simulator because there's a separate model for each stage. Here's the baby model, and then there's like a juvenile stage model, and this is the adult model. Here we have the walk animation and the sprint animation. Okay, so it goes on its hind legs during the sprint animation. Alright, and now for the attack animations. So we have the normal attack, okay. Kind of just like flicks its neck a little bit. I assume there's only one attack animation, maybe? Yep, and the AoE. Okay, the AoE kind of just like rears up and like does that with the front limbs. Pretty cool. And now let's check out the sound effects. So now we have the roar. It's a pretty quick roar. And if you look closely at this guy, it actually blinks, which I find to be a really nice detail. It blinks pretty often too. Good job on the model makers for that. And now for the call. Okay, the call sounded pretty unique. Let's hear it again. Alright, now the growl. Alright, that was all the sound effects of the Parasaurolophus remodel. I'm glad they finally added a remodel to the Parasaurolophus because really, like, this guy, I don't think this guy has ever gotten a remodel before. Maybe a V2, I don't know, I'm not too sure, but the new model looks pretty good. Let's move on to the final skin. Alright, here we have the pirate ship remodel. It really just looks like a pirate ship.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
I don't know who asked for this remodel because I thought the old model was pretty decent, but I'm glad they did because this one is way more detailed. Like they even have this steering wheel on the back. Alright, now let's check out some of the animations. So this is just going to be the idle animation, just looks like a normal ship. The swim animation, nothing really moves except for the paddles, which makes sense because it is a pirate ship after all. And I really like they added this little skull on the front of the ship, so you can tell it's actually still a skin and not just a legitimate. Okay, so what I think happened was I died of moistness. Like my moist meter ran out and I wasn't paying attention, so I just died. But and then now we can look at the baby version. It's pretty much like the exact same model, it seems. It's just that it's a lot smaller. But yeah, this is the swim animation and the sprint swim animation, just a little faster. Let's see the attacks now. So interestingly enough, when it's attacking, the head does the little bite thing. I'm really curious as to what the AoE is. Does it like shoot cannons off of its side. It actually doesn't. It does like a whole, it does that for its AoE animation. Alright, we are back to the surface, and it looks like this is where we died last time. I was not even fully grown. This was the juvenile size, actually. Alright, this is the roar. Keep in mind the actual roar is going to be deeper pitched, since I am a baby. And the call. Alright, and now the growl. So it looks like all of the animations has the head move. The rest of the ship is just kind of stiff, which I'm actually all for it because it is a ship after all. It's supposed to be like that. Alright, so one last thing I forgot to mention is that there is a hybrid contest right now. If you just click on that button right there, it'll take you to this map where you can vote for your favorite hybrid pick. These are the top 10 hybrids of the hybrid competition on Discord. And we have stuff like the Encanthatus, the Alamidas, the Fasolatherium. Okay, this one's pretty easy to pronounce. I feel like I'm back in Creatures of Scenario with these name pronunciations, like the Dolichomalosaur, Dolichomalosaur. Like, does the guy who came up with this name know how to pronounce it correctly? Is what I'm wondering. Check out some of these new hybrid entries and cast your vote. You only get one vote, as you see here. I don't know which one I'm gonna vote for yet, but I'll let you guys know once I decide. And yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.